was inspired, so I decided to jump on instead of waiting, because these moments are fleeting. But good evening, good evening, good evening. If this is being shared on your wall and you have no idea who I am, my name is Shantara McBride. I'm the founder of Marvelous University, where we offer life coaching and success planning for young people, specializing in leadership development for girls and young women. I'm also the founder, and I won't even say visionary because the vision didn't come from me, but for the Marvelous Girls Summit, which happens Saturday, October 28th at SMU here in Dallas. And I am actually sitting at a park, so I hope that you can hear me. What's crazy is I'm sitting at a park because I just got out of a meeting on campus, and I just wanted to share. And then I parked in front of a park, and then I realized football practice is going on. So hopefully you won't hear the whistles and all that kind of stuff, and you'll hear me. So let me just say this really fast. I have pearls on, and I'm kind of dressed up because this morning I started my morning at a homegoing celebration for a 21-year-old young man who was killed car accident, and I went to his homegoing service this morning. And although I had never met him, I knew of him through his grandmother, through his aunt, through his cousins, through his little sister. And so I wanted to make sure I was able, that I went. And when I tell you that even though I never met him, I left feeling like I knew him. And it was such a beautiful, beautiful celebration. And even though he was so young, listen, this young man knew his purpose. And for those who didn't know him, like me, again, I never met him, but I left understanding he knew his purpose. And his purpose was to love God and to serve others. Because every single person that spoke talked about how much he loved God and how much he talked about it. And like, if you were talk to him for a few minutes, you were going to hear about God. And that, again, to be so young, that just blessed my heart. And I sat in there, and I couldn't help but weep, because when you think about his age, it was so young. He was so young. But then when you hear about what he did and how he was able to touch so many people's lives, you think, good God, okay, well done, right? Like he truly, truly blessed so many people. And again, even though I never met him, my entire day has been spent thinking about him and how he served. And so I wanted to, his little sister sang, and it was beautiful, and she was able to, in her own way, just minister on his behalf. And she sang the last song he sang at church, and it was just beautiful. And again, to be so young, but to touch so many people, it just reminded me that purpose is not contingent upon how old you are. It's about doing what you know you're supposed to be doing at that moment, and then everything else will fall into place. I learned that today from this young man, and the life that he lived. The other reason I wanted to jump on is because today I was reminded of my purpose. And again, sitting in there in the homegoing celebration, I was like, this is what I've been called to do. And my purpose is to remind girls they were born to be marvelous. That's my purpose. And sometimes I think it's so, I don't know, it's not fancy. It's not, it doesn't have like 6 bullet points, but that is what I know I've been called to do. And so today is also the International Day of the Girl. And it is a day to empower girls, to celebrate girls, to invest in girls. And when I think about how our culture still considers girls not to be that special, not to be that great, that we're still constantly being judged on how we look or what we or how we dress or how we sound or just all the stuff that the society says to girls where you are not enough or you are not worthy or if you don't do this, it's just all this stuff that they are bombarded with. I thought on the International Day of the Girl that it was my job to remind girls and those who have girls and those who are teachers or those who are aunts or grandparents or moms or dads. Today is the day to remind your girl that she was born to be marvelous, and that no matter what the world says, that you tell her that she is absolutely amazing. And that is why we do a summit. When the Lord gave me the vision last year, it was overwhelming because I was like, it's too big. No, but it was a beautiful event. It was a beautiful occasion. And then this year, it's much harder. And somebody told me it's like, the sophomore album. Like if you're an artist and you pull out, your first album is just great, it's awesome. Then that second album is like all this pressure put on it. I'm like, okay, I'll go with that. Yes, that's what it feels like. But today, sitting in that homegoing, I thought, you know what? It ain't hard. This is what I've been called to do. It's not hard. Not forgive the ain't, but it ain't hard. But on the International Day of the Girl, and I want to read this because I want to make sure I get it right. Empowerment of and investment in girls are key in breaking the cycle of discrimination and violence, and in promoting and protecting the full and effective enjoyment of their human rights. That's a resolution from the UN. So if the United Nations, right, and I know that we are blessed to be here in the United States, and we don't have a lot of what other countries have to deal with when it comes to their girl children. But even here in the United States, the way that girls are treated, we still have a lot of work to do in valuing our girls. So when I think about the whole reason that we started the Marvelous Girls Summit, and it is a day where middle school girls can come together and be reminded that not only were they born to be marvelous, but to be reminded that all the stuff that they are going through, that they are not by themselves. It is a day where they will meet other girls in their age group. It is a day that is not just about me because I'm smart enough to partner with college-age women who are much more enjoyable than me and who know all the dances, but who partner with me in this. I'm also smart enough to know to have it on a beautiful campus where girls are also exposed to college. And it just happens to be my alma mater, which, is just gorgeous. But to know that that day is all about them, that they will talk about friendships and why girls get along so well, and they will learn the steps to the perfect friendship, that they will talk about their body image, which y'all know I love your jiggle. I'm all about empowering girls to love their body even when it's changing without their consent. It's also going to be about fashion, and I'm not a fashionista, so I'm smart enough to bring somebody in. So the awesome Leah Frazier is going to be doing that workshop with Arden, who was a participant last year, who is going to partner with her this year. And I got word today that the Dallas Galleria is joining us in that, and so I'm really excited. More to come about that. But it is also a day to give girls the opportunity to be brave and to speak out and speak their truth. So on the International Day of the Girl, this seems like the perfect day to register your middle school girl. I mean, this is the day that you invest in your middle school girl. The other thing that I wanted to say, this year is going to be different because we're going to give the girls an opportunity to serve. And I'm excited about it because we're partnering with this organization. Excuse me, y'all, my allergies. Woo! They've been bothering me. And I'm sitting outside at the park. Yes, because it's beautiful. But we're partnering with an organization called New Friends, New Life, and they are really they're here in Dallas, and they are really helping to restore and empower formerly trafficked girls and sexually explicit children and women, exploited children and women. And let me, I know the word sex in middle school does not, we get uncomfortable. And the reason I wanted to partner with them is because I learned that 79,000 children and youth in Texas are trafficked. So that means whether or not I want middle school girls to be exposed to even the word sex, 79,000 children and youth are victims of sex trafficking in Texas. 79,000. So I am certain that all 79,000 never wanted to, they didn't want to be in that number. And so, in just learning more about them and learning about their needs, one of the things that they need are necessaries. And so, in talking to teenage girls and asking them, you know, what is one thing you don't enjoy about being a girl? It never fails. No matter where I go, girls will say, that period, or that time of the month, and they complain. Y'all, they complain as if they are 110. And day cycle just started last week. It is hilarious because it's just this awful thing. So I thought it would be cool to ask middle school girls to bring necessaries, because they don't like shopping for them anyway, right? Like they don't. And if you are a parent and you having to go get the necessaries, and yes, I call them necessaries because that's the word my mama used with me. And so and they don't like shopping for them. They don't like carrying. They just right. But I thought it would be cool to ask the girls who are coming to the summit to just bring some necessaries, and we are going to donate them to New Friends, New Life for those teenage girls that unfortunately have had to know what sex trafficking is. Y'all, when I think about that, that breaks my heart. And for 79,000 children and youth here in Texas, so we're going to do something, right? They're going to have information, especially for the parents in the afternoon workshop. We are going to give the girls who come just an opportunity, and it won't be, we're not going to scare the girls. It's not going to be anything like that. It's going to be safe information, and for the adults, we'll give you, more information. But we want to make sure that we're doing our part. And so, on the International Day of the Girl, it's a great day to register your girl for the summit, because not only will she come feeling loved on and empowered and just good, she will also get an opportunity to serve. And so it is important to me that young people, that we give them an opportunity to get their needs met, and ability to contribute is a need. And so we're going to do that on that day. So I just wanted to jump on and say that it has been a day of so many emotions, but it has been a good day. And on the International Day of the Girl, register your girl for the Marvelous Girl Summit. It's Saturday, October 28th at SMU. It is an all-day event. My goodness. But we're going to have a good time. And if you have questions, just email me. You can email info@marvelousuniversity.com, or you can send me a message through Facebook. I'll be glad to, email you back. But we're planning a wonderful day. And so as I'm sitting out here at the park watching football practice, I'm really not. I'm just enjoying this beautiful weather. But I just wanted to jump on and just say what I saw this morning in the homegoing was a reminder that you're never too young to know your purpose. And I know my purpose, and I'm older, and I got to live it out. So thank you for joining me on this journey and reminding girls they were born to be marvelous. We're going to have an awesome day. If you've already registered, but you know your daughter's best friend haven't registered, have her register. And again, if y'all have questions, email me. Be more than happy to answer them. And enjoy the rest of the day of the girl child. Love on your daughters today, y'all. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye.